Look, I think we can all agree that this is a cold, hard fact that the only reason why people play ranked is because they want to see where they can stack up against the competition, see how far they can ascend amongst everyone who's playing in a competitively fair atmosphere, correct? No matter what game. And unfortunately, we are in a current meta right now where, let's be honest, things aren't really too great. And I don't mean the meta game itself. I mean by the fact of I can be gold, but that could have been like Diamond 4 last season and degraded to gold because of the rank reset. But you could actually be gold. And even though we might be grouped up, it's not going to treat us like the same gold, because while I'm in gold, I'm playing against diamond level players. I'm playing against masters level players who are also decayed to gold, plat, or even like diamond 5. And like now I'm stuck with that. But when people group up, it's like, yeah, we're all gold here, but it's not the same. We've had grandmasters players in the same games as gold players. And, you know, we're starting to wonder, so what's the point? What is our rank? Like, what is the actual point of playing ranked if everything is just going to be in shambles the entire time? And I like how our Ramatra just said, I'm staying inside the gold. I'm just staying inside of it. What if I boop you? Man, yeah, fine. You don't want to get booped? Fine. Fine. You're not getting away, though. That's not happening. But like, we could sit in a world where we don't even know what ranks we are, and we have like gross approximations of what they could be, but not actually, you know, accurate enough to where we actually know concrete where we stand. So that completely defeats the point of the mode. Second of all, the actual current competitive balance, which remember, I made a video on saying I don't really think the competitive balance of this game is actually in a good spot right now, and I have no faith in the Overwatch development team being able to actually balance the game in a way that's, you know, meaningful. And lo and behold, I was right 2 seasons in a row. Either it's the Zarya meta, which, you know, made people want to just absolutely play rock paper scissors with every tank in the game, or it's the one-shot meta where, you know, you come around a corner and you just get hooked and it's like, damn, bro, you hate to see it, that's tough. Or, you know, you get hit with the soldier and right click and it's like, oh, they got a mercy on their team, so you know it's going to be true. GG's, broski, you tried. Hopefully you had fun. That's rough, buddy. To a point to where, let's be honest, some people are like, man, I kind of wish we had Genji back. Like, I think Genji was in a much healthier place than whatever nonsense this is. And, you know, that's where we kind of are with it right now. Not to mention, you know, we got this whole thing that we love to talk about where all the content that seems to be coming out that's a banger, it's really just for the casuals anyway. Like, you know, you got skins, you got the battle pass, you got the fact that, you know, we got all these, you know, like the May game modes for the Winterfest. You know, we got all that stuff going for us right now, and nothing really necessarily concrete in terms of making the game better, because as we've heard many times, several times, is that the way that they like to balance things is based off the statistical analytical data known as win rate and pick rate. And here's the thing about win rates, right? Let's just say Mercy's the worst support in the game. Let's just say she's terrible and that she's not good and she's in a bad spot right now. She's in a bad place, right? Let's just say that's the case. Let's just say we make her even worse than she is and we take all of her mobility away. So she's even more stagnant, can't really do too much, and is forced to play a very peanut butter, no jelly on my sandwich, very bread and butter type way, right? Now, we do all that, but we make Sojourn and, let's say, Soldier and Widow the meta picks of the meta, and just make them absolutely busted with Ashe on the side, where it's the hit scan meta, right? Some people will say, you mean like what's happening right now? No, this is what's happening right now, but an even worse Mercy, correct? Now, because Sojourn, Ashe, Soldier are all popping off with their crazy hit scan abilities and dominating the meta, they won't buff Mercy strictly because the other DPS that she pairs up with are doing so incredibly well, so her win rate is also up. And that's the problem when you don't look for exceptions within the rule, to the point to where you're like, dang, that's tough. Guess Mercy's gonna suck forever, because once they nerf the hit, like, for Mercy players, y'all gotta wait until the hit scans and the Sojourns of the world get nerfed into oblivion. Then when they see you're underperforming, that is when they will care about your life in any way, shape, or form. But until that moment happens, until that moment comes to fruition, oh Lord, that's a big Ruffaruski right there. They're not gonna care about you and what your character might need for the future, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. So you move past that, right? And you look at competitive just in a nutshell. You don't even get any good benefits at all. Like, sure, you get competitive points, but like, let's be honest. Like, what are you really spending that on? The golden gun? Because there's not even like real gun skins in the game yet. Like, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, like, well, what do you get? You get a challenge. You get a Grandmaster Challenger. Ooh, it's like, okay. You know what was also really sick? When somebody could see the flashing gold and white icon under their banner when you're playing comp, and you could see that they were Grandmaster. You know? Or when you could do this and you could press tab and you could see who was what rank. And man, those were the days, right? Never thought the days of yore would be what we would be begging for and clamoring for, but that's where we're at with it right now. And I just think it's really unfortunate that that's where we find ourselves in the game. And oh my God, Sojourn, madam, you just went into their spawn with no like, whatever. I gotta fight the demon. Oh, I'm dead. Yep, big dead. Yeah, our brig is lost in sauce upstairs. All right. Nah, beat him up. There we go. Oh, great. They got Torb now. That's always fun. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Back it up. Bro, I almost have as much damage as our Reaper, bro. What is... Bro, we really just stacked. Okay. All right, pal. It's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. Also, there's really silly things that the balance team has decided to do. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You remember how they were like, oh yeah, Ramatra and all new characters, you gotta wait 2 weeks before you can use them in comp. And I'm like, hey, that makes sense to me. It's understandable. We don't know how it can be exploited, how it's going to mesh. Give us 2 weeks to figure some things out and get us all on the same page. So when he does come out, you know, we can inevitably have a cleaner and better experience. Makes sense to me, just like you did with Kiriko. So why is it that their map comes out, but day one of its release, it's in the competitive map pool? Like, excuse me? Like, no. At best, give us another map like Numbani and let that map sit in the quick play rotation so we can figure some things out. Otherwise, you're gonna have competitive games where, as you saw, Sombra can find a way to clip through the map. Junkrat can clip his trap through the map and basically ruin games to where it's like basically nigh impossible to have a quote unquote fair game. But no, they did not do that. That was not something that was on the docket or the agenda of the Overwatch balance team at that particular time. Which is really unfortunate, but you know, it's one of those it is what it is situations. Well, I barely made it out of there with my life.